Welcome to Growth Hack by Poppy Digital. Tips and tricks to master the algorithms from industry insiders. Now here's your host, Julian Espinoza.
Welcome back to Growth Hack, where we break down marketing channels like Google, Facebook, Instagram, and show them how to make them work for you. We all want our ads to perform better. What's the secret? Well, the secret is pretty straightforward. Have a strong offer. You may think you have a strong offer, but is it converting? It's all about testing. You need to test different offers. On this episode of Growth Hack, we bring in Rahul Alim to talk strong offers, aka lead magnets. Rahul is the founder of Custom Creatives, a digital marketing agency that connects companies with their dream clients. He has helped brands such as Realtor.com, Geico, Advertise.com, Reach Local, and thousands of local businesses. With 16 years of experience running his agency, he now coaches agency owners to grow six-figure businesses with his proven GSD sales method. His real talk yields real results. Welcome, Rahul.
I'm glad to be here, man. This has been a long time coming, I think.
To get right into this, what are the ingredients to a really good lead magnet?
Well, let me just give you a quick little background. Like, we've done lots of lead magnets, so this is just going to be coming from a lot of experience. So the first thing you want to do is focus on one individual problem. You don't want to solve everything. Solve one big problem for your audience to educate them so it's valuable enough for them to want to exchange their information for that PDF or that video or whatever it is, okay? So focus on one topic. Don't go too broad, because then it'll be easy for you to create and also create more of them in the future. And it has to have high perceived value, something that would be important enough for them to want to solve for, and then also make it very easy to understand. And when somebody opts in for something, you're going to want to deliver it immediately. So if they fill in their name and their email and you have a cell phone option, so you have a lead that you can follow up with, then you can always say, to get immediate access, enter your cell phone and we'll text it to you. So it's value for value. It's a win-win. The prospect gets access and you build your database.
You know, it's really interesting that you mentioned solving one problem. And, back in our Realtor.com days, how, realtors wanted to put everything that they did on those little itty bitty banner ads that we were doing back in 2008. So what advice can you give someone? How do you get a brand, a customer out of this mindset that they want to put everything that they offer in that one offer? So how do you get someone out of that?
Well, we just focus on what the outcome is. What's your end goal with acquiring a customer? And then what do we need to do to get that first entry point? Because I look at it as like with the banner ad example you just brought up, is that we just solved for one thing, just a simple banner ad, because they were already spending thousands of dollars on advertising. We weren't saying get an ad, get advertising, get an email design, get all this other stuff, because then we confuse people, then they can't buy. There's too many things to think about. That's why we focus on one entry point. And once we acquire the customer with a simple service that they can understand with high value, then we go into our sales process of increasing their value from not only a dollar standpoint, but increasing our value to them as a trusted source of whatever it is you do, no matter what you sell.
So it sounds like you want one clear problem to solve, and you don't want to venture into all the different things that you can offer to someone. You want to solve one major problem and then come in with a really solid value add. Can you give us some examples of what that looks like?
Yeah, let's just use this case study as an example. Like, I use this even till today. Like, the banner ads is, people don't like doing graphic design, right? They don't like outsourcing it. And I don't care if you're a marketing agency yourself, chances are you probably outsource something. And what we found was graphic design is one of those some things. And for us, it's easy to deliver. So what we would do is saying, hey, we'll skip the whole entire vendor process, the whole interview process. Let us just do one for free. And if we were to do one for free, would there be a future opportunity where we can earn your business to do more for pay, right? So we're doing our interview right now and skipping the back and forth. Let's just jump right into what we're here for, do the work. So when we would do that model, and we still do, then we go into the quality. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you get better results? Yes, yes, and yes. Then we start to seed in our other services. Just out of curiosity, who's running your Facebook ads? Hey, I noticed your website, you don't have like organic traffic like SEO or anything like that. Is that something that your customers may be interested in that we can partner there too? So that's how I use the entry point. I get in where I fit in, and I find one way, the fastest path to understanding how we can acquire the customer, and then we groom the relationship. Then we can get into the longer sales cycles, building the relationships, getting video reviews and referrals.
Absolutely, and I've definitely seen this process in in action, and it actually really does work. Bringing someone in, I think you used to refer it to me as low ticket, but now you're even taking it even a step further. You're just saying, "Here, I'm going to give you one free banner ad." So that makes a lot of sense. So, what kind of success have you seen using this formula?
The success is going to vary person to person. For us, we see extreme success because we know who the client is and we know how to qualify them really well. So you remember when Brian was doing it, Brian would just give away free ads and there's no future with that person. And then we would get on the phone and be like, oh, okay, if there's no future with you, that you just want the free ad, I'm sorry, it's just not for you. So we had to get good at saying no, but qualifying people. It was more an exchange. It's like, look, if we can solve this problem, get it done better, faster, and a really good price where your clients and you can get better results, what does our future look like, assuming this goes well? Do we have 10 units, 30 units, 100 units per month? Is our pricing okay and up your alley that if you do like this, that we can start right away? So we're kind of just getting the future understood by future pacing. And if there is a future of opportunity, then we're willing to ride that risk together. And then we just get to that next step. So we just go through cold calling, cold emailing, looking through our network, building our own database. And heck, you can even run ads with this as your lead magnet if you want to get even more distribution. So the way I looked at it is the cost to acquire was cheaper to give this away for free to the right prospect than it would be just to give away these ads or actually try to go through a vendor process where it's like, hey, we're considering 7 different people. Well, let me get your LLC license, your seller's license, 10 references and testimonials. Like that stuff, we skip that line. We'll say, I got something better. Why don't I just give you the product you're looking for all for free? And if you like us, you hire us. We just cut through the noise.
Let's talk for a second for companies that don't necessarily have that right away. Maybe they haven't considered it. Maybe they haven't thought through the right strategy yet. How do you develop maybe a free offering or a very low ticket offering? How do you go about doing that?
Well, the free offer, you have to caution yourself because if your cost of fulfillment is high, you definitely want to consider who it's for. And what if they actually say no to you after that trial period? You have to take that under conception, under your ideas here. So I look at something that's low cost to fulfill. It doesn't take a ton of talent. And when it comes to a lead magnet, it doesn't have to be a product or service. It could also be a PDF that's downloadable or a video that you constantly hear over and over. Like, let's say, for instance, your clients are giving you the objection that pricing is an issue. Maybe you come up with a PDF of 7 questions you must ask your next marketing agency. Now, guess what you're doing there? You're actually writing 7 questions you want them to ask you, but you're throwing a hint of doubt of other people that like hits their pains, their frustrations. So now you just have a really good lead magnet. And guess what? If somebody does download something like that, what do you think they're looking for? Think they're looking not to hire somebody or to hire somebody? Chances are the next logical step is they want to hire somebody. So now you have an ideal customer that now you can reach out to, and you've just pinned yourself as the authority because you're teaching them how to interview you and maybe even your competition.
So let's say you identified a really solid lead magnet. Is this something that you keep evergreen? Are you constantly testing? How are you handling the future of that particular lead magnet that you had success with?
I like to keep everything pretty robotic until it needs to be innovative because if something's working, the couple things that like people make the mistake on is they start changing it. Oh, this worked. Let's try something different. Ride that wave until it dies, until it crashes. I would just say stick to the same thing, but also be conscious enough if it's attracting the people that you want to work with. And if it's not attracting all the right people, go through your data because like if I spend money on like ads or use my energy to outreach and I look at like, let's say I'm spending $1,000 in ads, but then I can get a 10,000 client, that's worth it to me. I have a 10x return. Now, when things start to fizzle out, I have to be smart enough to identify what's causing that before I pull the plug on anything. Because with rising ad costs, that could be the culprit. Maybe my budget needs to fall in line with that too, so I don't turn off like the winning pony. Now, in the background, I can have like a part 2 or a supplement to that same lead magnet and build something off of it. And then guess what? I can now the people who downloaded lead magnet number 1, I can just email them lead magnet number 2 by getting them to an opt-in page and saying, hey, guess what? I expanded this other thing. Since you downloaded this, I now have this for you. Tell me what you think. Here's the link to grab access. And then if you could drop me a comment on my Facebook post or in a reply on an email, let me know your feedback. So now you can just get feedback for free because you already paid for this customer or this database. So now you just keep leveraging over and over and over again, because the whole idea of this is to kind of get that value ladder. The first thing may be free or low cost, and then you move them up the journey, right? Like in a sales funnel, we have the top of the funnel and then we move them to the bottom. And once they're at the bottom, that's where a transaction can take place. So now we have that ladder, staircase 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that could be $7 online education course for like how to master LinkedIn or how to run an effective podcast with Julian. Number 2 could be like, hey, I have this group coaching program where I'll teach you how to buy the right equipment, set everything up for your podcast, etc. And then number 3 is, hey, if you want my one-to-one time, that's the ticket to the show, the backstage pass to me. That's going to be the most expensive or the highest price thing because my time is now private. So that's how we kind of look at how the lead magnet works and then how the value ladder comes into play.
So we're going to really go into your database here and figure out some good lead magnets. Give us 3 industries and 3 different lead magnets that you can remember that did really well.
Okay, I'm going to give you some bigger names really quickly. So like think of like Amazon. Look at what they did with Prime. Look at how much more money, how fast it is for you to just get free movies. Like, or for $99 a year, you get unlimited movies that they have in their database. And then guess what happens when you go to flip over to the Amazon shop or the app or the website, you use that same login and now you can get free shipping, but that free shipping comes at the price of you buying all these different deals. So what they've done is they've created this club, like a Costco, if you will, that you're so closed-minded that the first thing you're going to do to shop is go there. It's because you're already a club member. You already get free shipping. No matter what the price is, you don't have to spend $100 to get free shipping. You can spend $19 and get free shipping. And it has every product you can want, whether it's these earphones, this microphone, all from Amazon. I didn't have to go to Best Buy for one and Guitar Center for another. I went to one and I have that buyer protection that if I wanted to return it within the return period, I could. So now I shop with confidence because of $99. So that's one example. Number 2 is a lot of the softwares that you probably pay for over and over, whether you use it or not. Chances are they gave you some sort of trial, whether it was $1 or free, and you put your credit card in. You're like, it was sticky enough. Let me just keep it. And it's so under the radar that you just pay it month over month over month. And you're like, forgot to cancel it. Forgot to cancel it. So those are another ways where people can have a really creative offer, give you that freemium offer, and then upgrade you from there. Now look at food. Like McDonald's is going to attract you with the dollar menu, right? Chances are you're going to get a soda. Chances are you may supersize it. You may get a combo. Maybe you want that Happy Meal for the kiddo in the back that has the Lego, because the Lego is the real prize. The food is secondary to whet that appetite. But the whole point is they're luring you in with cheap stuff. The dollar menu and the dollar coffee for any size you want, unlimited refills, because they know that that's really cheap to get you in the door. And that's how they make so much money on their additional products for the value added upsells. And then look at sales. You can, like what we do a lot of marketing, we do a lot of coaching, a lot of sales. We can give people free, like an objection handling video or a free master your traffic video. So you can get unlimited amount of leads without spending a dime on ads. And that's what we give to build our database so that we can get people to know, like, and trust us. Number 1, feel like they can relate to our style. And then the last bit is like, hey, if you really want to level it up, you can always get on a phone call with us and see what we can do to help each other. So those are about 4, I think maybe 4 or 5 different types of stuff or low lead magnets or in the door offers. But for you digital marketing agencies out there, don't feel like, or coaches, consultants, don't think like you have this crazy secret weapon. Feel free to share your playbook in chunks and pieces as you go so you can drip that content. Because at the end of the day, I talk about Tom Brady and he has his playbook on his arm and the X's and O's before he goes into the game. Chances are if you took Tom Brady's Super Bowl winning playbook and gave it to another team like the Cleveland Browns, they're still not going to win the Super Bowl because it's the things in between the lines. It's the audible that he practices on his wrist that that nobody will get access to but Tom Brady and the offensive coordinator and his team on offense, right? So he's already planning for when the plays that they planned didn't work. What's number 2, number 3, and number 4? What are those fallbacks? And chances are the plays that you thought he was going to call before the game, he didn't call those. It was the audibles. And that's why it's okay to give away your material, because people will get stuck because they don't know the audible.
No, I mean, this show is about giving away material, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We call it Growth Hack, and we bring on the world bests at marketing and bring them on the show and to talk about this kind of stuff. So I totally believe in the know, like, and trust. So Rahul, you told me about a course in the pre-show. You just launched a course. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we condensed this mini course down to about 11 hours. So this is compounded knowledge of like all the coaching we've got, all the war wounds we've learned through. Julian's been through some of those war wounds with us, early stages of our company with big deals like multi-7-figure projects. And we brought that and condensed down like into categories like how to master your niche, how to master your offers, how to get the traffic that you need so that you can actually make an income in this industry, and then how to do sales, and then delivery fulfillment. So we've condensed this down to about 11 hours, and it's some sort of membership that we've had with some of our clients. But for, of course, Julian and the Poppy Digital and this growth hacking podcast, we're actually gifting that away totally for free. So in these 11 hours, we've actually had people go through it for free, and they've come out the other side with clients, like paying clients. They know how to execute. They feel confident. They know what to post on their social media profiles to authentically attract their ideal customers and also cut through the noise of who's just not a good fit. So the intention is to help you get those skills that are necessary to be able to survive and thrive in not only a coaching business, a marketing agency, and even if you're not one of those two things, which this was specifically built for, there could be some valuable pieces for you as well. But one important thing to note is like to supplement that, because we do have a subscription model for other people, you guys are again getting this for free if you want it, of course. Julian can put it in the show notes. But there is a component where we do go live every single week inside of our Facebook group that you'll also get access to. We call it Savage Saturdays. Every Saturday at 9 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, I personally go live on an hour on Facebook. I'm streaming it live, and also there's a Zoom link. So for those that have questions, they can come on camera and just ask anything casually, whether it's about a deal they want to close, retention, marketing tactics, strategies, videos, etc. We answer those lives for you.
And this happens Saturday. Do they have to be part of the Facebook group to get access to this?
Yeah, you'll have to be part of the Facebook group because we have all the content posted there. We set up an event every Saturday. All you do is tap going to get reminders, and there'll be a Zoom link. And the Zoom link changes every single week. So you'll have to kind of jump in the group, monitor those events. We tag people in the events so they know it exists. And if you hop on our email list, you'll get alerts by email as well.
Okay, so in the show notes, we'll have both the course and access to the Facebook group. Rahul, thank you for coming on the show. We'll definitely have you back talking about another topic. So we'll catch you soon.
I love it. Thank you for having me, my man.
All right, later, guys.